This is an AMI This Week shortcut.
I'm Grant Hardy for Accessible Media. When John Bramblitt lost the last of his vision in 2001, he sunk into a deep depression. Due to complications with epilepsy and Lyme disease, his hopes of becoming a teacher were shattered. But when John picked up a paintbrush, he quickly discovered a purpose, not to mention a remarkable talent.
While art was always a major part of John's life, it wasn't until he lost his sight that he began to paint. But it wasn't before some big challenges either.
I was learning all these different things that first year. Braille, the curves with the jaws, but mostly the O&M, learning how to use my sense of touch to do everything, especially travel to school and get around. The city, I was such an independent traveler before, that was the hardest thing. I felt like I was trapped in my apartment, but and trapped in my own mind as well, because I didn't have art anymore to be able to let out anything, to deal with it. And to be honest, it was driving me mad. I just really depressed, really angry, really sad. But walking to school one day though, I was standing on a corner and I thought, there's all these cars, all these people going around, and I know exactly where I am. I'm on this corner, and I know like 15 steps beyond this is a fire hydrant, and then there's a tree. They don't move those things around, so they're always there, and I know exactly where I am. So surely if I could find my way around a city like this, I could find my way around a canvas.
At that time, the Dallas artist taught himself to distinguish between different colors of paints by feeling their textures with his fingers.
All the paints have to be textures. They have to have raised lines that I can feel, and so whenever I put the brush strokes down, it makes a difference. So there's canvas, there's that line. And as soon as you find that line, you know exactly where you are on the canvas. And the great thing about painting, it's actually a little bit easier than getting around in the real world, because somebody may move a chair, they may move a car, go by, there's people walking, there's always chaos. In a painting, nothing ever changes unless you change it. So that's the brilliant part about it. You have complete control over it.
Not only do John's lifelike portraits include multiple bright colors, his latest self-portrait also includes UV colors which go beyond the visual spectrum. They can be seen by some with the help of a black light, which makes some of the vibrant colors seem to glow in the darkness.
Monet could actually see some UV colors. He's a painter, he's a very famous painter, but he's a painter that his sight began to be diminished over time. He had cataracts and his vision reduced and reduced. They wanted to remove one of his lenses, and finally he said, okay, I can't see out of it anyway, might as well, let's give it a try. So they removed one of the lenses on one of his eyes, and he started being able to see in UV. So apparently the lens of the eye does a lot to block UV light. Funny thing though is that he started going into museums where they kept his paintings, and he would bring a little pot of paints and he would start to correct the paintings, because he wanted the paintings to reflect his new vision. What he had learned, I think, from losing his sight and then being able to see in these new bright colors. And they would tell him, oh no, Monet, you can't do that. And they blocked him from the paintings, from the museums. He couldn't go in anymore. But I love that though, because it just shows from early on that visual artists have been influencing the way people see and think about art for a long time now.
John is as inspiring as he is talented, and you can find more info about him at his website, bramblitt.myshopify.com. For Accessible Media, I'm Grant Hardy.